Morning all. All right, so we're going to start off today talking about Mathieu Perreault. Now, it's interesting in that Mathieu Perreault is a player who never had a 20-goal season, and on the surface of it, there's not a lot there, but there is. Mathieu Perreault was 177th pick in the 2006 draft by the Washington Capitals, and an interesting career would follow. Doesn't make his debut with the Capitals until 2009-2010. They took their time with him. 21 games, 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points. So it's not unusual for players who are drafted later in the draft to be drafted later for a reason, and in Perreault's case, it does take him a little bit longer to develop than it might for draft picks who are drafted higher. 2010, 2011, still bouncing back and forth between the AHL and the NHL, 35 games, 7 goals, 7 assists, 14 points. So over those 56 games, 23 points, 11 goals, his first 2 years, it's not bad, right? 2011, 2012, in 64 games, he has 16 goals, 14 assists for 30 points. So he scores at about a 20-goal pace, and he was capable of doing that. He just never was able to get 20 goals in a season, which is a shame. In the playoffs, he plays 4 games, does not record a point for the Washington Capitals. 2012-2013, he plays 39 games that year, 6 goals, 11 assists, 17 points. That, of course, is a lockout-shortened season. 7 games in the playoffs, 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points. And so the Capitals decide to make a move, and the Ducks are receptive. So September 29th, he is traded to the Ducks in exchange for a 2014 fourth-round pick and John Mitchell. So the Ducks pick up their player, and he has his best year to that point. 69 games, 18 goals, 25 assists, 43 points for Perreault. He adds 2 goals, 3 assists for 5 points in 11 games in the playoffs. Now, interestingly enough, the Ducks this summer, of course, did not qualify Sonny Milano, which raised a lot of eyebrows. Sonny Milano, at the time I'm recording this, still an unrestricted free agent. Mathieu Perreault was not given a qualifying offer by the Anaheim Ducks, so he became an unrestricted free agent after a breakthrough season. Now, July 1st, the Jets sign. So the difference between Milano and Perreault is that Perreault gets signed immediately by the Winnipeg Jets the day after as an unrestricted free agent. And in 2014-2015, in his debut with the Jets, it's a pretty strong year. 62 games, 18 goals, 23 assists, 41 points. So his totals are almost exactly the same. In 3 playoff games, he has 2 assists. He missed 16 games that year with a leg injury. And he had, throughout his career, seasons where he would miss extended time with injury. So the following season, 2015-2016, 71 games, overall 9 goals, 32 assists, 41 points. So his point total is the same. He plays 9 more games. 10 games missed with concussion. So he has a concussion, misses 10 games there. 2016-2017 and 65 games played, 13 goals, 32 assists for 45 points. So he sets a career high in points there. He missed 14 games that season with an upper body injury. 2017-2018, 70 games played, 17 goals, 22 assists, 39 points. So again, the production's pretty consistent here in the playoffs. He has 1 goal in 9 games. He would miss 12 games during the regular season with an upper body injury. That's the only games that he missed that year. But again, it's 12 games, right? 2018-2019, he stays healthy that year. 82 games, 15 goals, 15 assists, 30 points. Or at least healthy enough to play every game. Doesn't necessarily mean he doesn't get hurt, right? In the playoffs, he adds 2 assists in 5 games. So really strong run with the Jets, 2019-2020. He misses some games this year. 49 games played, 7 goals, 8 assists, 15 points. He would play 4 playoff games in the bubble, doesn't record a point there. He missed 16 games in the 2019-2020 season with an upper body injury. He missed 6 games with a concussion. So though I was writing down the ones who were all over 10 games, I thought 2 concussions, just worthy of note here that he had 2 concussions that we know of, right? 2020-2021, 56 games played. So he played every game that season. 9 goals, 10 assists, 19 points. He adds a goal and an assist for 2 points in 8 playoff games. So his career comes to an end as a Jet. And, I mean, he signs with the Montreal Canadiens, a team that went to the Stanley Cup Final that knocked out the Jets in the 2021 playoffs. He signs July 29th with them as a UFA. But he had a really rough year in Montreal, as a lot of players did. He was one of the reasons that they led the league in man games lost. He only played 25 games last year. 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points. And he was waived at one point, too, to put on the taxi squad when they were moving players around. So Perreault could have been had on waivers, wasn't. Part of that may have been he had 15 games he missed with an eye injury. 22 games he missed this past season with an upper body injury. he did miss a lot of games. So 708 games played altogether in his career, 143 goals, 209 assists, 352 points. In the playoffs, he adds 5 goals and 11 assists in 51 games. So he just finished a 1-year, $950,000 contract with the Habs. Obviously, had not been signed by anybody as of yet. And he had a 4-year deal before that with the Jets worth $4.125 million per season. So if he saved his money, Perreault's all right. And one thing I thought with a lot of the career videos that I've done for players in the 80s and 90s and hardships that some players have gone through after their careers are done, it is nice to see that Mathieu Perreault, a player who was very often a third liner, a player who didn't get 20 goals, a player who was unsung throughout his career, for the most part, still made about $30 million in his career, according to Cap Friendly. So kudos to him for a nice long career. And yeah, I mean, he's got a job now with TVA in Quebec, so he should be set. All the best to him in retirement. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.